Welcome to the last part of the chapter where I'll be taking you through a quick revision. I'll be summarizing the important points and be highlighting the important ones so that you can have a very, you can say, keen idea into what we have actually studied in this chapter. So, the way in which people are spread across the Earth's surface is known as the pattern of population distribution, and this pattern varies. This pattern varies to different factors, right? Different geographical factors such as the soil, such as the terrain, such as the water, such as minerals, such as climate, and other factors as well, such as social, economic, cultural factors. So, owing to better housing opportunities, better education system, medical health system, then better job opportunities, better income opportunities, and what a particular area holds value with respect to culture, with respect to a spiritual progression, with respect to religion as well. Okay, so and just like any other resource, owing to all these factors, human as a resource is actually divided all across the world very differently, in a very uneven manner, and actually this you can say spread can be studied by assessing the population of a particular area, and this population it changes refers and this changes is actually referred to the change in number of people during the specific time. So this change in number of people is actually owing to two factors, that is birth and death. So if the birth rate is higher than the death rate, then we can say that the population of a particular area is increasing, right? Is towards the, you can say, on the higher end of the graph, right? The population change is happening when there is a difference in between the birth rate and the death rate. What is birth rate? The number of births per thousand people. And what is death rate? It's actually the number of deaths per thousand people. And one another factor that is actually very important when you talk about population change, besides birth rate and death rate, is actually migration. So whether people are, moving from one area of the country towards another, that is from rural area to urban area, or from one country to another, from a developing to developed country, right? So that is emigration, and that developed country, the population increment that the developed country would be witnessing is known as immigration. All right, so all these factors are responsible for a population change in a particular area during a specific time. Then population has little to do with the country's level of economic development. This we have seen with the example of Kenya and Japan. You can also give an example of Bangladesh and Japan, because Bangladesh, Japan, both these countries are very populated, but the population does not determine whether a country is economically well, whether a country is advanced, because Bangladesh is a developing country, it's a poor country. With respect to Japan, Japan is a much more advanced, much more developed, much more economically stable country than Bangladesh, right? So a population, there is not a very, you can say, good determinant of assessing the quality of human resources. We have to talk about other structure of population composition, such as literacy rate, such as the healthcare facilities, the job opportunities, income opportunities, when we are taking into account the quality of the human resources in a particular area. And lastly, population composition that I just talked to you about refers to the structure, and this structure talks about all of it: age, sex, literacy rate, again, income opportunities, job opportunities, right? Healthcare facilities. But when we are talking about population pyramid, we will be taking two factors into consideration, that is age and sex, because these are the two factors that is actually demographically represented on a graph, where the age groups it is put across, they're put across the sex, that is the binary sex, that is male and the female, and with when you study that graph, you can get the idea that what kind of what nature that pyramid is of, and from that nature you can determine what is the birth rate, what is the death rate, and you can get a fair idea of the population composition of that particular area. With this, we come to the final end of this chapter, and thank you so much for joining me here. Geography chapters are completed with this here. Thank you so much for being with me, and I hope that I made geography a little bit easier for all of you. Thank you so much. Please study well and take care.